Okay, as we're reading through this, the piston diameter of a certain hand pump is 0.7 inch. And the manager determines that the diameters are normally distributed with a mean of 0.7 inch and a standard deviation of 0.004. Now this is like the population standard deviation here. After calibrating the production machine, the manager randomly selects 28 pistons. We're starting to talk about the sample. That's the N of the sample, and determines the standard deviation is 0.0034, sample standard deviation. Is there significant evidence for the manager to conclude that the standard deviation has decreased? So we're talking about being less than. That's kind of what our claim is going to be less than. So what would be our null hypothesis? Now your original is up here as 0.7. So we want to say the null hypothesis, we are dealing with the standard deviation. That's the diameter. We want the standard deviation. That's 0.004. So is equal to 0.004. The alternative is the standard deviation. Its decrease is less than 0.004. Check my answer. Okay, now keep in mind that when we go to StatCrunch, we've got to change from standard deviation predominantly and go to variance. So before we do much of anything, let's go ahead and talk about, let's see, that's not where I want to be. I want to find the little calculator thing. He's up here somewhere. Let me find him. Here he is. Okay, so if I am going to square, and of course y'all know this little calculator doesn't have square on it, so we're going to multiply by itself, which is the same thing as squaring. And so we get that 0.00016. We want to, I'm going to put him over right here so I can see everything I'm going to do over here. Stat, we want to go down to variance stat. We want one sample, and we want with summary. The sample variance here. Okay, this is what we're testing for. So I'm going to go ahead and put it down here so I can mess it up in a minute on that calculator. That was the population, and we're trying to determine that it is less than. And even though you can't see it, the 6 is out there. Now we want to find the sample variance. Well, the sample standard deviation is right here. So let's clear this out and let's put in 0.0034. We should square it, but we don't have a square key. We just multiply it by itself and we get the same effect. Okay, that's the sample variance. So let's go put it in. 0.12341156. The sample size, how many? That was the 28. And now we compute. Okay, I want to move him over here so I can see up here now. The chi-squared that came out of this test, 3 decimal places, is going to be 19.508. Okay, the p-value is right here, 3 decimal places, 0.149. Okay, now this p-value compared with the significance level, that's like 100 and this is like 149. Since the p-value is greater than the significance level, we fail to reject, or another way of saying that is do not reject. There is not sufficient evidence to conclude the standard deviation has decreased at a 0.10 level of significance. Okay, I hope that helped.